on my heart, and I was just thinking about just being straight. And, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. Transparent. I kind of sense that I'm at the cusp of a breakthrough in my ministry and some things going on in my life, and so one of the things that I've noticed is that it seems like right when you're at the point of breakthrough that everything seems to go crazy, right? And that's what Peter saw when he was walking on the water. He was obviously very close to Jesus, and he switched his focus, right? He went from looking at Jesus to the wind and the waves. He began to sink. And the Bible teaches Jesus just kind of stretched forth his hand and caught him, which means once again that he was close. He was really close to Jesus. And it was in that last moment that he lost his focus and that he began to sink. And that seems to be what happens, that we get right to the place we've been trying to get to, believing God for, praying for, confessing for, and right then the waves kick up, right? The wind kicks up, and if we're not careful, we'll shift our focus and we'll miss out on what God has for us. And thank God for His mercy that He has been there to pick us up in those moments, and He still is, and still kind of help us cross the finish line. But we got to recognize where we are and why some things are happening the way they are. When Jesus cast out a demon from a young man in Mark chapter 9, I believe, He spoke to the demon. It didn't come out immediately. He threw the boy down. He was thrashing, the Bible says He tore him, right? And then the boy looked like he was dead. And then the boy got up and was healed. He was fine. So basically, that demon almost seemed to try to scare Jesus out of backing off of what He had said. Gave his death rattle, right? Did everything he could to try to, change this outcome, and it didn't work. And so the boy was fine. And that might be where we are right now, where, you may be saying, what's going on? I can see light at the end of the tunnel. I can see God's doing something, and man, I'm close, but why is everything falling apart? And it just might be that little demon that's messing with you, just trying to cause everything to go crazy to get you to shift your focus, to get you to back off of what you've been believing God for. And one other thing that Satan likes to send when you're right at the point of breakthrough is temptation. He'll send that Potiphar's wife your way. He'll try to get you to go back into some sins that you've already overcome, whether it's pornography or it's drinking or it's, gossiping or, whatever area it is. The Bible talks about the sin that so easily besets us. And all of us have different areas where we are vulnerable. There's some areas where, for me, it's not even a temptation. I have no temptation to gamble. I have no temptation to drink or do drugs. But there's some other areas where it's like, I got to protect myself. And that's when that's where he'll come after you, right when you're at that point of breakthrough, and try to get you to partake of the fruit so that you miss out on the future God has for you. And you got to recognize that's what's going on. And I can't go back to that. I can't get so depressed that I kind of go back to my pacifier, whatever that sin is. I got to keep myself right, keep myself holy. The Bible talks about the one that keeps himself, the wicked one touches him not. So I feel like I'm on the cusp of some breakthrough. Some great things are coming. I've shared with you guys. And there's some things in my heart that I just kind of sense, I believe. And so the world seems to be falling apart in some way, right? There seems to be an attack going on. And I think I'm sharing this because I think that some of you may be in the same place. And based on what your comments, it sounds like some of you are. So don't shift your focus. Don't give up because things seem to be falling apart right now. Don't fall into sin. Just keep on walking. You've gone this far, and God's mercy has been there for you. God's grace has been there for you. God is, kind of holding your hand, and see this thing through. Walk into the wealthy place, that place of abundance, that future that God has for you. So